Yo, so I just finished watching episode 6 of what do you call it? Reincarnated as a slime. Episode 6. Yo, 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 that cliffhanger was crazy. I have to admit that's crazy. Um I okay, so far I haven't spoke about it at all on this on my channel about Reincarnated as a slime. I have a couple episodes I watched, but of different animes that I just haven't have a list of, like, let me see real quick. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 different animes that I haven't commentated on or anything. I need to, but this is gonna be the first one out of like many, hopefully. But but I just finished that episode of Reincarnated as a Slime, and I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen it. But if you like isekais, you gotta watch it. If you like Sword Art Online, you gotta watch it. Like it's amazing. It's a great isekai, but man, yo, this I'm all right. Let me start. I kind of didn't like the I'm mixing the animes because I'm thinking of like the other isekai that came out this season. About that little kid, but he died as a dude, an older dude. Of course, he was reincarnated, but right before he said all this stuff and got all these crazy abilities and made him almost the strongest, which makes it kind of like, in the gray area of he's really strong to the point no one could beat him, but he's not too strong. Like there's most isekais is either he's really really weak and then they become strong, just like I got reincarnated as a spider, which is one of them I'm watching, or I'm a spider, so what, something like that. um you're weak, then you get stronger, or you're really strong to the point where you're like, I gotta hold back because I don't want to end up hurting someone. He's kind of like in the middle. He's more on the strong side though. Like he's really strong, and he can easily whoop anyone's butt. But this last episode was crazy. Oh, I like how the whole, like, I want to make a nation type of thing. It was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, he wanted to. Well, it wasn't even his intention. He just wanted to help someone, saved someone at the point where he sort of slaughtered like the wolf. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, because he was helping the goblins, and he slaughtered the wolves, and then the other wolves are like, forget it. You are king now. That's that. I was like, what? But I liked how he can turn into a wolf. That was really nice. I liked that part. So oh, my nose. I'm a little sick. But I gotta sneeze. Woo, that was me. All right, it's not COVID, I'm telling you. So yeah, so he kills the wolf, the leader of the wolf, the alpha, I guess, and he pretends to be the alpha, and then they just bow down like it was nothing. So that was pretty interesting. Sorry about that. So and then he ended up helping the villagers, giving them names, which is very interesting. Like, idea and concept of these monsters don't have names, and if you give them names, they become like a stronger, like, ability. Like, they level up. They get a different, like, type of people, and I think that's pretty cool. But one thing I didn't like, I didn't like or understand really, is when they were trying to explain, like, hey, if you keep giving too many names, then he would cut them off every time. I feel like there's more to it than him just losing, like, more of his, like, basically mana. You know, there's more to it than him just losing mana. I think it's something. I don't know. I'm just assuming because I only watch. I don't read, and it makes me want to read right now. Like, that's crazy. I'll get to that. So um maybe, like, if one of them dies, his life starts to go away. I'm assuming that because it's like it seemed like a really big deal to give a name to a monster. And I'm like, why is it such a big deal? Yes, they lose, like, mana, but he's gonna regain it. But, like, why they really kept trying to emphasize it. So I think if one of them dies, he somewhat becomes weaker. I don't know. I'm assuming, but hopefully that's not the case. But even if, this guy should have, like, he should have, honestly, once you figure out you had that devouring, I think it's or gluttony, that ability gluttony where you can eat it and then you inherit the ability. you should have been like going to all these super crazy monsters or really rare certain things and just eating it and then basically become overpowered. That's what would have been my goal. If I was in that world, I would have been like, it's time for me to find the rarest of the rare kind of a sword with a crazy monster that has this crazy ability. Just like how he ate that fire spirit thing. He ate that sucker and then inherited its abilities and I'm just like, okay, so if you are able to do that, I would have easily gone and done it for like a bunch of like items, ores, like what she did at the beginning, ores and stuff like that. I think that would have been really sick, but they didn't. Excuse me, but he didn't. So it's whatever. Um, One thing I also find pretty interesting is like slowly like he starts building the nation, and again he's not a nation but a village. Then he's like, no, you guys gotta help these guys. He leaves, he comes back, they advance, goes, gets start they're about to get attacked by a different group. He goes, find these guys, whoops their behind, they become friendly, they join the nation, and then and the village upgrades to the point where it's at they become a nation. They start, making pacts with other nations. They start, being cool buddy and everything, selling items and stuff like that. But it's pretty interesting, like how that slowly develops, and I like it. It's kind of slow paced in some areas, in my opinion. There's random fight scenes, which is really cool, but having all of that develop and like into, hey, I'm just here. Oops, I accidentally became the leader of a village. Oops, I accidentally like got their sworn enemy like the wolf clan or whatever, and now they're basically like brothers. And then now you have I can't say they're vampires. I don't even know what they are, but whatever, vampire guys over there, demon, I don't know. So now they're part of them, and he's just slowly getting everyone together. I like that. Then it's a whole nation of monsters. But the other cities get jealous. They want the money. They don't want they don't want the competition. So like, hey, it's better we squash these people because they're just monsters. So what? We can take care of it. It's business. And then episode 6 comes around. 5, well, technically 5, where it starts, where they're being put into a cage, somewhat barrier, so they can't communicate to their leader, the slime, and they can't do all that. And I was like, oh snap, it's about to get intense. When you can't connect, then they put a barrier to weaken them. That's what was like, I think, the icing on the cake. I said, whoa, you just weaken the monsters. And they're all monsters, it's a nation of monsters, so they're all weak. And they're gonna come in as humans and just start slaughtering these folks. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. Like, there's no way. Then the episode ends. And episode 6 comes around. Something where some of the monsters, all the monsters are getting their butts handed to. They're getting cut. I mean, some of them look like life-threatening. That old man. So it looks life-threatening. So I'm like, okay, he's probably dead, but I doubt it. He is old, but I doubt it. And then who else? The chick was putting up a good fight. The little goblin man, he's an MVP, but he couldn't do much because he got weaker than those slimy Japanese humans. Knowing that they're Japanese, treating these monsters this way and being so disgusting and cheating, it is another level of disgust. I'm like, wow, how disgusting were they in real life? Especially the female. How disgusting were they in real life, man? I was like, wow. And the other dude, the one dude is like scheming in the background, and there's like the main guy where he's just like, I'll just do whatever. Yeah, I was, ugh. Then we go to, which is the best part of episode 6, the slime versus some holy knight. This chick, apparently she has an ability which I think is dirt OP. Which he needs to consume that sword and use that sword against, I don't know, but that sword is OP. So you get sliced 7 times and that's it. I'm like, whoa. That is so overpowered of an ability. What do you mean 7 times and you're done? That doesn't make any sense. Like, how you're cutting into their spirit. Like, what? Whatever. I was like, whatever. So He pulls. Honestly, I thought he was about to pull out the dragon. I thought he was gonna pull out the dragon. I said if he pulls out this dragon, this would be sick. I said it's about time the dragon comes out because you randomly would see throughout the episodes a dragon pulsating. So I'm thinking it's almost about to be released or it's already released and he just hasn't released it yet. And he's just like letting them know I'm here. And I was hoping he would release a dragon, but he ended up releasing that fire spirit, but like not a super crazy fire spirit, but like still, one that he can control. And I was like, oh, okay. And the other person doesn't want to listen. He's like, hey, I'm your friend. I know your friend. I know the kids, but I don't know what information they got. They really are scheming against these monsters. I don't know why they're scheming so hard, but they really are. And then he has one more slice. I'm like, bro, why? Of course, it's part of the plot, but why you had to wait until the final slice to try to use gluttony? Like, why? You like, you could have done it like two slices ago. He would have been good. He would have been good if he had done it like 2 slices ago. And he's like, oh, I have 2 more slices, and then just pull out gluttony, and you would have been 100% fine. But that cliffhanger, dude, I was so upset. Right when I saw the flowers, I said, please don't tell me this is the end of the episode. Oh my goodness. The way they were describing it, to the way he was describing where he says, gluttony, and it says activating immediately. Well, while it's saying activate immediately, I'm like, wait, I never seen his face turn like that, while he's using gluttony. Usually the face is like, it turns into a slime. So I'm like, why is it turning different colors? Like, it's like, it's like, what's going on? I'm like, did he get stabbed? Is it before he got stabbed? Like, I'm confused. And then it pans back, and then you see a full shot of him being stabbed. Oh my goodness. So then he gets stabbed, and then what's it called? It said it was activating. I don't believe it was really fully activated. But then again, but he was saying he was falling into a unconscious state, and then I fell unconscious. So he's giving commentary. I think he's still alive, of course, because it's plot armor. But the way he was giving commentary, saying I fell into a conscious state, well, you want to be saying that while you're falling. You will say I think I'm falling unconscious, or I think it's saying it like it was past tense. So I'm thinking, okay, he's narrating at this point, so that means he's still alive. He has to be. Somewhere he has to be, like, mentally, like, consciously still there. Maybe not in the physical form, but I don't know. But, dude, and then they show the village, like, on fire, and I'm like, yo, this fight he's having is going to take a long time. And plus he has to recover, and the berries need to get taken down. Second, he needs to get to that village quickly. A lot of people are going to be dead. And you already know the rule with the monsters were like, don't hurt humans. So I think that's why they didn't really fight back. They didn't fight back because it's like, we don't hurt humans, because that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to show we're good. But now that's gonna, like, kind of bite them in the butt because of it. And I think they would have been prepared if they weren't so much of a peaceful nation. As in, we don't want war. I mean, it's fine to not have war and all that, but you need an army. And they didn't have one. They had a few amazing warriors that could handle a bunch of people if they have their powers. They could take out those knights easily if they didn't have that barrier bothering them. So I think it's gonna be very tragic to see when he comes back. There's gonna be a lot of dead people and a lot of angry monsters wanting revenge, and he's gonna have to decide whether we take revenge or we just fight what they, finish off what they started. I think they should finish off what they started. They got dragged into it. They'd be like, hey, this nation just did this to us. We need your help. It's time we get back at them. But then again, it would go against his whole we don't hurt humans, and it's going to continue to give the conflict of humans versus monsters, and he's trying to break that. So I don't know if he's going to be like, you know what? Stay behind. I'm going to handle this. But then again, he's the leader, and he can't really do that. He has to lead by an example. So I really don't know how this is going to go. I personally think he's going to retaliate and, like, say, I don't want you guys hurting monsters. The humans, this is going to be on me. And he's going to just completely slaughter these people. I hope it turns into, like, somewhat of a because that's what they deserve at this point. I hope it turns into somewhat of a Rising of the Shield Hero type of thing, where he kind of goes like, you just destroy everything that I built for years, and what now? I just hope you just slaughter these people. But if they can find a peaceful resolution, I know there's gonna be a lot of monsters unwilling to forgive and forget. A lot of them won't be willing to forget because they're gonna get slaughtered and their whole town's destroyed, unless somehow they come back and beg on their knees forgiveness. He's There's gonna be a lot of bloodshed after the war. There's gonna be a whole lot of bloodshed, and I don't think that he's ready to basically take that responsibility, because I think he really was going for peace. He really wanted to have people be friendly with each other and stuff like that. But I think that's out the window now. You can't be friendly when you're gonna stinking slaughter my people because I'm monsters. You don't come to see what's going on. You're like, bump it. They're monsters. They're gonna start hurting our pocketbook. Our bottom line. They're gonna start hurting it, and now we just gotta get rid of them and act like everyone's gonna be okay with it. I think what's gonna happen. Oh, another thing. What could happen is, instead of them fighting, all the nations that are buddy buddy with them be like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Focus on rebuilding. We're gonna handle this, and it's gonna be like either they surrender or we're gonna take you all out. And I think what's gonna happen is they're going to surrender. I would assume. But most likely not, because they have the whole Holy Knights and all that. So they might be a little on their high horse. So if they do surrender, they're going to force them to basically be not enslaved, but in under command of the slime from now on. Or if not, they're going to completely just like wipe half their population, because what they just did was completely merciless and what's it called, the other nations know that they're good people. There's a good leader there. It's not a bunch of evil monsters just eating people and killing people and stuff like that. They're actually good. So I think this is, I don't know, man. I kind of jumped into the anime kind of late. There was a couple episodes already out, but this is one reason why I do not like watching anime while it's continuing on, because of this. This is crazy. Episode 6, that was a big cliffhanger, but I think of course it's going to be okay because of plot armor, but how it's going to be okay, that's what's really throwing me off, and I would really like to know that. So yeah, I just hope it goes good. But I do need to make other videos on, let's see, let me go back to my list. So I have my list of Sunday through Saturday, my anime, and Tuesday, which is today, the 16th, is Reincarnated as a Slime, and then Wednesday, tomorrow's gonna be Wonder Egg, ReZero, Seven Deadly Sins. Thursday is The Promised Neverland. Friday, So I'm a Spider, So What. Saturday, Jujutsu Kaisen. Sunday, I have nothing on there. Monday is Attack on Titan. Something about Picnic, The Lost Dungeon, and then the other one I can't pronounce. So I have a full list of anime, and I'm watching all of it. I'm all up to date on everything. But the thing is, I just haven't made a video on it because there's so much, like especially Attack on Titan. There's so much that has gone down in Attack on Titan. Is ridiculous. But I'm gonna save that for another video if I decide to make it. I'm most likely going to make one if it's like a crazy cliffhanger. Now, the last couple episodes, if you watched it, it was phenomenal, while they were in Marley and everything, But if there's another big cliffhanger, just like how it was big with this Reincarnated as a Slime, then I'll probably make a video on it, in a day or two or something like that. But I don't know. There's not a lot of people watching, not a lot of people listening, so I don't know if I want to make a video on it, because there's a lot of information to go to cover, and it's like, what's, I don't know. I might talk about the other ones, maybe not Attack on Titan, but definitely ReZero, Seven Deadly Sins, maybe, definitely Promised Neverland. I really enjoyed Promised Neverland. Oh, I watched it the moment it came out. That was amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen's pretty good, but I got to see where it's going, because if you're up to date on that, that's still a developing story where it's getting, the climax hasn't hit yet. We're just kind of like, they're just edging us along. So yeah, we gotta see how that goes. But But yeah, that's my my thoughts on slime. I wish they'd like double. Sometimes they do a double drop where they drop 2 episodes. Ugh, I wish they would. I would love to be there. I need to read the manga. I want to read the manga, but then again, I don't want to read the manga because I don't read. You know, I can't read. So I would love. Man, I want to read, but I want to see it. I want to see what went down. At a certain point, I'm okay with excuse me. So I'm okay with spoilers. Like Attack on Titan, I've been watching it since high school, and I'm okay with spoilers. But it's just when it gets to like Attack on Titan level of like season 4 at like 4 or 5 some odd years later, I'm okay if I see a few spoilers. Maybe not 100% like crazy. Like right now, I'm okay with spoilers. Back then, I would have murdered someone if they showed me a spoiler. But I've seen what's going. I didn't see what's going to happen. I've seen certain abilities and events that will happen later on that I'm just like, what the heck? That makes no sense. And now I'm like, someone it's kind of spoiled, but I don't care because I've been waiting for so long to see the end of this. If I see a couple of spoilers here and there, like, oh, this kind of happens, or this is going to happen to this character, or, well, okay, not with Sasha, though. I didn't know that was going to happen. My goodness, almost brought me to tears. Spoilers. So, um, yeah, poor Sasha. But with Aaron and all that, what happens? I'm just like, yo, that's a crazy, thing right there. I'm not gonna say, just more spoilers, but that's a crazy little thing right there. So, yeah, yeah. Hopefully it's good, and it's they animate it very well. I'm all down for CG, but you just can't kill the just don't kill the main character or main events of the things happening with CG. They could be supporting elements and background things, but when it's just CG character, CG background, CG enemy, it just destroys it for me. And it's like, ugh. It's like I said, it can be a very great support. I do 3D modeling, I do CG work, stuff like that, but that stuff kills like the I don't get immersed like I like I would, with a regular animation. But yeah, so that's my take on it. Playing Apex Legends here. This is like a pre-recorded video I did like a couple weeks ago. I didn't do too good. I only got 2 kills, I think. And dude, the way I died in this, I'll let this keep playing, but the way I died in this was so stupid. Um, yeah, I don't know why I was disoriented. For some reason, I could not figure out where the respawn point was. I was confused, like it was crazy. But yeah, it was really weird. The respawn point was at one place, but my map, I don't know. That day I was just off. So I haven't been playing Apex too long. I've been playing Warzone, so I might record a little bit of Warzone later on. But yep, that's my take on it, and then I'll let this video finish off. I don't have any audio, so yeah. See ya.